Lake Baringo, where Kenya's Rift Valley proudly showcases one of its freshwater marvels, where birds and aquatic creatures throw the wildest parties in Kenya's volcanic playground known as the Great Rift Valley. It has always been the go-to oasis for all of the cool kids. Well, it seems Mother Nature has its own plan and has been feeling quite generous lately, treating the lake to a growth spurt that even the most skilled plastic surgeon would envy. Thanks to some heavy rainfall, courtesy of climate change, the lake has decided to double in size over the past decade. Talk about making a splash! Word on the street is that the lake, as it expands, so does the crocodile and hippo community, turning the once peaceful waters into a bustling hub of reptilian activity. Brace yourselves, because we're about to dive into a jaw-dropping revelation about a certain lake. Hold on to your seats because this lake has been making some serious waves lately. Let's jump right into it. One of the most significant bodies of fresh water in Kenya is Lake Baringo, which is located in the Rift Valley. Hippos are the second largest terrestrial mammals on Earth, and despite their generally gentle demeanor, they are capable of becoming extremely dangerous. They can reach speeds of up to 20 miles per hour, despite their potential weight of up to 4 tons. Their lower canines can grow to be more than 1.5 feet long, and their jaws can expand to an angle of 180 degrees. When they close their jaws, they do so with a force that is 10 times greater than that of human jaws. Because of their ability to stay submerged for up to 5 minutes without taking a breath, they are notoriously difficult to locate. On Lake Naivasha in the year 2020, there were approximately 40 persons attacked by hippos. The vast majority of them were fishermen. As many as 14 of those people lost their lives. Hippos are believed to be responsible for the deaths of over 500 people annually across Africa, making them the second deadliest mammal on the planet, and roughly twice as lethal as lions. Hippos are herbivores and only infrequently cause conflict between different species. However, once they perceive that they are in danger, males are more likely to act aggressively. It is possible that mothers will assault in order to defend their kids. When anything or someone comes between hippos and the water where they dwell, nearly all of them experience a heightened level of anxiety. After yet another person was chased and murdered this year by a threatened mother hippo around flooded Lake Baringo, human-wildlife conflict is increasing in the area. At approximately 1 in the afternoon, Ruben Chalimo, 65, was fishing along the side of the tiny lake when an enraged mother hippo leaped out of the water, chased him, and attacked him. The man hurled a stone to the animal to startle it, and then he continued to cast his net in order to catch the fish. But he was oblivious to the fact that the hippopotamus young was standing nearby. The mother hippo returned after she discovered her child was close to the fisherman. She then pursued the man, snatched him up in her teeth, and promptly put an end to his life. The deceased man's body was transported to the mortuary of the Baringo Referral Hospital in Carbaret after it was discovered. Since the water levels increased as a result of the severe rains that began occurring in July of the previous year, there has been an increase in the number of crocodiles and hippos. Killer creatures are now residing near the coasts, which puts them closer to people's homes and beaches, putting the lives of humans in jeopardy. This is because their population is expanding at an alarming rate. The last human being killed by a hippo in Lake Baringo took place 3 years ago, in February of 2019. When an 11-year-old boy named Fabergas Kemboy, who attended Capsoy Primary School near the lake, was attacked by a rogue hippo. He had gone with his pals to the lake to get some water when all of a sudden, a hippo came out of the water, bit off one of his hands, and pulled the rest of his body further into the lake. Only his hand was located after a search that lasted for 3 weeks and took place near the coast. His mother and father buried the hand in memory of their child. Charles Chelagat, Kemboy's grandfather, was similarly attacked and murdered by a hippopotamus in the year of 1993. Since the lake breached its banks in the middle of the previous year, there have been multiple reports of assaults by crocodiles and hippos. Residents are now cautioned against establishing homes or enterprises in the lake's immediate vicinity. The creatures are untamed and potentially harmful, and because of this, humans should avoid getting too close to them in order to reduce the risk of being killed by them. It is impossible to tell that any of the buildings ever existed. All of them have been ingested by the lake, and the communities that once inhabited them have been evicted and forced to relocate further away. According to environmentalists, the lake size has increased by a factor of 2 over the course of the past decade as a direct result of the increased precipitation that can be attributed to climate change. 66 locals, speaking on behalf of the neighborhood as a whole, have just initiated legal action against the government, accusing it of being unresponsive to the ongoing climate crisis. A lawsuit with very similar allegations was filed the year before, but it has not yet been resolved. The most recent legal action takes place at the same time as the government and the African Union, or AU, are co-hosting the first ever Africa Climate Summit in the national's capital, Nairobi. President William Ruto arrived at the event in an electric automobile that uses less energy. People who have relocated further away come back to Lake Baringo because it is their lifeline even though they're closer to other places. Dozens of ladies make their way down to the water source on foot, carrying large cans of yellow water with them. Others are cleaning the freshly caught fish that has been handed to them by the fishermen, while yet others are doing their clothes on the banks of the lake. All of this is taking place while massive hippos and the cunning, lethal hunters known as Nile crocodiles are present in the water nearby. According to the locals, the growing size of the lake has led to an increase in the crocodile population, and as a result, the lake's waters are now extensively infected with the dangerous predators. They add that there also has been an increase in the number of hippos, who now bathe even closer to the homesteads of people due to the proximity of the water to the land. Because of this, the danger to people's lives has escalated, and crocodiles have been observed dragging children into the lake, where they have never been seen or heard from again. Winnie Kevin, a mother of 6, is considered to be extremely fortunate to have survived a crocodile assault. Currently, she has a prosthetic limb that is linked to the left side of her hip. Residents of the area have requested that Kenya Wildlife Service establish a post at Campi Yasamaki and conduct ongoing security patrols in the area surrounding the lake. They demanded that the government provide financial assistance to the surviving members of the victims' families as well as the injured victims themselves. David Cheruyot, the KWS Baringo warden, expressed his condolences to the victims' families and urged locals to report any animals that were trespassing on their land before they could attack and kill someone. He also encourages people to report occurrences to their offices as soon as they happen to enable fast-track investigations before compensating valid complaints. This may be done by reporting incidents to their office. The head of the Boat Owners Association has just spilled the beans on a wild phenomenon. Brace yourselves for this one. Apparently, those water levels have been skyrocketing, causing hippos to embark on unexpected adventures. Can you believe it? These majestic creatures have been venturing out of the lake, making surprise appearances on farms and hotel properties in search of some tasty pasture. Talk about making waves. Kenya went from a bone-dry drought to a wild ride of heavy rains and serious flooding. Don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe for your daily dose of jaw-dropping nature encounters. Catch you on the flip side. Thank you for watching.